Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Yeah.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Ala's World of Gaming, your source for Nintendo Switch news. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about an interview that Reggie Fils-Aime had with Mashable. And so in case you don't know, Reggie Fils-Aime is the Nintendo President of America. And he was talking to Mashable about the reasons why Nintendo is always so secretive, right? I'm sure you guys have seen it. I hate the fact that they're so damn secretive. I understand it to a degree, and Reggie does bring up some good points here, as I'm going to mention in a second. But some of the things that bother me is that we can't seem to get all of the details about their online services coming up. And my suspicion is that they don't really know exactly how it's going to turn out, and so that's why they kind of don't want to address it right now. But another concern that I have is that I really want to know more details about the Virtual Console for Switch. I want to know if it's even happening, right? I mean, it's just such a basic thing, and you would definitely think that Virtual Console is coming to Switch, at least I do. But we don't have any details about it, and it's never really been addressed. And so here in this interview, Reggie explains some of the reasons why Nintendo is always so secretive. So let's dive into the interview. And so Reggie is quoted here. He says, "The fans should know that we are not a company that is sitting in a little ivory tower and not thinking about all these dynamics. We're a company that likes to keep our information very close to the vest and announce information when it's ready and when all of the elements are fully fleshed out. We love to surprise people. We also believe that the consumer should have the information when they're ready to act on it. Telling someone about a game that's 4 or 5, 6 years away from actually launching just doesn't make a ton of sense to us. But sharing information in order to frame how we are looking at a franchise, looking at an IP, that's something we do very thoughtfully. A hypothetical on one message board gets picked up on another message board as fact. That is the nature of the state of the industry today. And that's why we do want to manage our messaging so closely. As we look at the overall business, we're constantly looking to do the right thing for the consumer." Okay, now I don't know if I don't know how much I believe him, how much they're trying to do the right thing for the consumer. I think they're looking out for the business. But to be honest, some of the stuff he says does make a little bit of sense. Now, in one of these sentences here, he says, "We're a company that likes to keep our information very close to the vest and announce information when it's ready and when all of the elements are fully fleshed out." And so, in my opinion, that kind of addresses the online services, right? We don't really know exactly what to expect. They might not even know what to expect. And so until all the elements are fully in place, until everything comes out, then that's when they'll probably talk about it. Same thing goes with Virtual Console. We know that they announced in the Nintendo Direct Nintendo Arcade Classics coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's going to have like some old Mario Brothers games and versus Balloon Fight and things like that. And so a lot of people are speculating, that could be the new Virtual Console, that they're just going to kind of re-release games like that. I don't think that that's what's going to happen, but I think that Nintendo isn't 100% sure, and until they are 100% sure, I think that they are going to stay tight-lipped on the matter. And so that does kind of provide a little bit of clarity into what's going on, but basically it's just kind of the same thing that I've been assuming this whole time. Now, in terms of sales, Reggie also addressed the Nintendo Switch and the shortages and everything that's been going on there. So he's quoted here saying, "With Switch at launch, we actually sold through almost 2.8 million units as opposed to the expected initial shipment of 2 million. So we dramatically over-delivered, and yet demand outpaces supply. So what do some of the consumers on Reddit say? Gosh, Nintendo, if you would have made more, you would have sold more. Well, we did make more, and certainly we're on pace to supply in the current fiscal year 10 million units. I think if you were to go back and look at some of these comments, you would actually see that the issues have been resolved. But it's happening at a pace that is later than maybe where the commenters would like the resolution to be. But it happens and the solution is there." And so he's basically saying there that they are on target to meet that demand of 10 million units, but that's really more of a Nintendo number. Actually, Nintendo stock has been going up lately, and that's because Credit Suisse, which is an analyst, raised their projection for how many Nintendo Switches would be sold. And so when looking at the next 5 years, they were initially predicting 70 million, and they've raised that to 130 million, which is like an enormous amount. Now, if you guys remember the Nintendo Wii, I believe that up to date, that sold around 101 to 102 million. So 130 would be even more than the Nintendo Wii. So that's seems really crazy, right? Well, there may be a reason to that, because when looking at China, China is actually one of the biggest gaming markets out there. In fact, their PC gaming industry is worth around $25.6 billion, and their home console industry in China isn't really that strong, but mobile gaming is huge over there, and so mobile gaming is worth around $15.6 billion. Now, China's population is around 1.4 billion, and so that's a huge market, right? That's a lot of people that you could market to. But how is Nintendo going to actually do that? Well, it was recently announced that a partnership between Nintendo and Tencent, which is this like huge organization in China, they basically made this partnership to bring over this mobile game that is really popular in China onto the Nintendo Switch, which would really push the console. And so this game in China is known as Honor of Kings. Here in the West, it's known as Arena of Valor. And that mobile game is huge in China, and it could really push the Nintendo Switch. And that's a really big play on mobile gaming over there in China. And we know that Credit Suisse actually, when they talked about the Nintendo Switch, they mentioned that they kind of see the Nintendo Switch as more of a mobile console more than like a home console. And so that's really why they raised their projections and things like that as well. So anyway, what do you guys think? I'm very curious to hear what you guys think, so leave a comment below. And I think that's about it. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you watch the entire video, then I'm going to say that you are all of China's population. You're a force to be reckoned with, and I really appreciate everything. So anyway, I hope that you all have a wonderful, beautiful day and that you take care.